Okay, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down, rates going up, continue to take stocks down on a Friday into the weekend, down again, then up Monday. Maybe that's the trend we have. Then we see. Really interesting. Wegovy and Mounjaro or Ozempic are going to do trials on 6-year-old kids. Wow. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Just making sure. Can you hear me? Somebody say yes. Come on. Type. There you go. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. So that's what's going on. Do the rates pop? Do the rates get better? Don't know. TNX down a little bit. Dollar down a little bit. Oil up. Tesla trying to break. Tesla looks like 200 coming. Guys, here's something that I learned a long time ago, and I never waver from it. When a CEO, it's one thing if an analyst says something, okay? It's another thing if a CEO says something. If a CEO tells you, Elon tells you, it just comes out and says, the Cybertruck's going to be very hard to make and ramp. And 5 minutes after he says that, some clown on Twitter says, oh my God, Cybertruck release date, stock's going to go up. I mean, think about the stupidity of people. Another guy yesterday says 218 is the bottom yesterday. It's not going to hit lower than that for the next 2 years. I mean, I just sent him a direct message and said, you should just quit trading. I mean, think about this. Guys with more followers than me post so much stupid stuff you can't even make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Who in their right mind would say Tesla has hit a bottom? I mean, really? Let me tell you something. If rates go to 6%, Tesla is sub 180. Now, I posted something on Twitter, and even followers of mine that are biased, it's okay, you can be biased. You shouldn't be biased in trading, but you can be. Okay? Says, we love Tesla. They're getting this, they're charging for chargers. Let me tell you, who's the one guy, I forget that, he tweets a lot about Tesla too. I forget, he has a fund. But he said he went to a Tesla charger place, and there was an hour and a half wait. And he was so angry. Not Gene Munster, the other guy. He's so angry. He goes, why the hell am I buying a Tesla? Because Elon is going to go let everybody else in the world use his chargers, and now he has to spend an extra hour and a half before he even gets to the charger. Let me tell you, we rented a Tesla. Now, I have a Tesla in California, but before that, we rented one in Vegas, and they gave it to us half charged. They said, oh, you can just go charge. So we went there, and it was 20 minutes to get the charger, and then everybody says, oh, my God, it goes fast. Hour and 20 minutes it took. You kind of sat there, and twiddled your fingers for an hour and a half. At that point, I said, I don't want a Tesla unless you're going to charge it at home. Okay? I mean, this is not rocket science. Okay? So this is not rocket science. So think simply. Elon told you rates are a problem. I told you rates are a problem. People telling me, oh, they're going to discount their car $7,500 so it'll sell more. The same people have to still, instead of paying 2% or 3% interest rate on their $30,000 or $40,000 loan, have to pay 8%. That covers the $7 grand, $8 grand. They didn't make any money. They didn't save any money. Yesterday, solar, SEDG, implodes, guides lower. ENPH implodes. SEDG was 350, it's sub 100. Enphase was 340, sub 100. First Solar going sub 100. One of the most scummy industries in the world, solar. It's that scummy. They all lie to you, and if you have a problem, this is the funny part of solar. If you ever have a problem, you can't get anybody out to your house. You just can't. I mean, I would have got solar many years ago. But in Texas, you have hail. And then when hail comes, if it hits and you break some stuff, your solar quits working. Or if a part of your roof needs to be replaced, you need to take all the solar panels off, put them back on. And your roof installers don't know how to do that shit. So now you have a headache. And I live my life where I don't want any headaches. I just don't want any headaches. This is not simple stuff, guys. Okay? If you go get 2 or 3, I had a guy send me a message yesterday. He got 4 solar estimates from 4 companies around him. The difference is $22,000. $22,000 difference. How is that possible? How is that possible? Now, I understand roofs. When your roof goes in Texas because of hail, you get 2 or 3 estimates. They're about $2,000 or $3,000 difference. Okay. $21,000 difference. Think about that. Okay? So Elon told you they're in trouble and interest rates are a problem. People are buying it. Just fascinating to me. This thing looks like 180 all over it. Okay? Didn't say today. Till it goes up. Not Gene Munster, the other guy, Gary Black. Not Gary Black. Maybe it was Gene Munster. Says on Twitter, he goes, 2024 for Tesla is going to be a very dark year. And then puts a 320 target on it. It's a very dark year. It's not going to go up. All the news is going to be bad. And puts a 300 target on it. Jesus, what happens if the market craters? 100 again? Probably. Okay? At some point, things don't go right for everybody. They decide to change what they're going to do. Okay? Understand that. SMCI hits 300 on Monday, and it's down $40. It's down $40, and they don't even sell to China. What's that telling you? Bitcoin flying today, MicroStrategy moving, coin will probably pop, and then go back down. Bitcoin's very simple. It needs to get over 30,000. But what Bitcoin is telling you is a bank may have a problem. Okay? And what is the Fed going to do? Powell told you yesterday, everybody sees what they want to see, except for Sam. If you have a call option, say you have 10 grand in calls, no matter what Powell says, you're going to say, oh my God, he said good stuff. He basically told you rates are going higher. They need to stay higher. They're not cutting rates. Go on Twitter. Just do a search for rate cuts. You got over 1,000 people yesterday that tweeted that Powell said he's going to cut rates. Did you hear that? I didn't hear that. They're saying, oh, as rates go higher, banks are going to collapse, he's going to have to cut rates. How do you know that? What if they don't collapse for 6 months? Then they just continue to go higher? Right? Very simple. Now, I'm the biggest bull in the world. So when you got the biggest bull in the world telling you things are starting to go to shit again, we buy the stuff, we sell the stuff, then we start buying some puts. Then we'll buy calls again, and then we'll buy puts. ISRG lower. Pretty good numbers. Explain to me how ISRG can miss on revenue. Have no idea. No idea. I know people that work in the hospital and say every single surgery center is full. Everyone. Something's screwed up there. Interesting, right? Interesting. Let things go lower. NVIDIA wants lower. Look, I'm the biggest NVIDIA bull there is. But you can see it didn't bounce and hold. That means it wants lower. Okay? LRCX about to break. The premium in LRCX, I haven't seen it like that. The 580s yesterday, when it was 610, were $2. 30 points down for $2. The odds that it can go down $30 in an hour, astronomical. I mean, I wouldn't have paid 20 cents for those last $2. He's trying to get you in like that. Don't do that. Now, maybe comes 2 hours from now that Sam says, okay, let's go buy calls. Maybe I'll go buy calls. That's trading. Up and down. Ross Gerber is the guy you're talking about. Nice. Okay? Up and down, up and down, up and down. Trade, and then we see. How about SPX yesterday? We buy SPX at 5. It goes to 11. Sam missed the sell. Then it goes to 1. Sam's like, oh, shit. Okay. Then it goes to 11. Sam gets the sell. Then it goes to 1. Then it goes to 18. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Trade them. Nothing goes straight up. Nothing goes straight down. Okay? Then we see. Avago, they're supposed to close this deal. And you're going to figure out, I believe he's a Chinese CEO, what a Chinese CEO does with the Chinese government. If he closes the deal without their backing, do they still let him sell to China, and does he want that fight? Or does he bail? Look, China's not either. They should have approved it by now. It's 18 months. They're not going to approve the deal unless U.S. says you can sell AI chips. So that means they may never approve the deal. Now, think about this. Why does a Chinese company have a say? Think about what the U.S. government has done. They've said, oh, well, let's create partners with everybody in the world, and everybody can have have a say-so in our companies. Funny, right? Funny. So then we see. Now, at some point, it becomes a screaming buy, and there'll be another rumor, and they'll run another 80 points, and we'll catch another 2 to 80, 2 to 30, 2 to 50. Then we see. Okay? Okay, that's what we know. Let's get started. SPX down 15. That puts it at 42.63. 42.63. Let me tell you, I don't know if 4,200 breaks, but if 4,200 breaks, you're going to implode the market. Okay? And you're going to have one of these maybe Black Monday type of days. Okay? Because go look at all the earnings that have come out. Netflix is up, but Netflix should be down. They're just lying to you. I mean, just wait. I mean, that's going to be funny as hell. Okay? So just wait. But when something like SMCI that's not impacted drops $40, pay attention. Pay attention. ASML, 2 quarters ago, came out and said we see a bottom. This quarter, ASML comes out and says, customers are going to let us know in the next 3 months if it's going to be a better year or worse year. So they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Okay? And then we see. Lilly broke 600 yesterday. It looks like it get better. So here's the thing with Lilly. One more thing, and we'll get started. Lilly, so people, just be careful of who you follow on Twitter. I say Lilly needs to get approval for Mounjaro. And they say, well, they're already prescribing Mounjaro. Some people are, some people are not. You can you can prescribe off-label, but let me tell you, if somebody dies and you prescribe something off-label, you're pretty much dead. You're pretty much dead. They will sue the shit out of you and probably throw you in jail for prescribing something that's not approved. Now, you can. Doesn't mean you don't go to shit. So everybody doesn't do that. Next, the reason you need approval is so insurance can cover it. This is not rocket science, guys. Come on. If somebody says something stupid, don't follow them. Move forward. Okay? Very, very simple. Okay? So now Lilly is going to get approval before the end of the year. So that's within the next 6 weeks. Nothing happens after Christmas. So what day do they come in and they say they have approval? It's going to happen within the next 6 weeks. And that's when it will run back through and rip. And then we'll be there. Okay? Does it go today? It should go today on this thing. But let me tell you. So you're going to go give this to a 6-year-old? Jesus. What's the world coming to? Really amazing. Okay. SPX down 15, 42, 62, 42.50, 42.30. Back through 4,300. Avago needs the news. If the news comes, it's 900 plus. If the news doesn't come, continues to go lower, 640. NVIDIA, 416, 409. Needs 436 to be better. ISRG, 282, 300. Now, if ISRG gets down to about 230, I will buy a whole bunch of it in my IRA. We already have some, so we'll buy more. Okay? Underneath 230. Lam Research, 591, 582, needs 672 is the beast. Way up there. MicroStrategy, 372, but Bitcoin 30,000. That's the number, 30,000 on Bitcoin. Coin, 77. Lilly, 596, 603, 606. Underneath 572. Snowman will move next week 10 points. This will move at a minimum 10 points. It may move 15. Either way, based on Microsoft Cloud, Azure, and AWS Cloud. Their numbers. Then we see. BKNG, they beat earnings by $9. It traded to 3,200. And now, based on the war and the U.S. putting out a travel advisory for the whole world, it's down to 2,700. If it gets down to 2,500, it becomes very, very interesting for the 2,800s for earnings. Netflix, 409, 422, underneath 491. NDX, 14,600. SMCI, 259, 251. Enphase, 91, 86. NOW, 547 down, 582 up. Microsoft, 336, 326. I'm getting this eerie feeling that nobody is buying Copilot at the enterprise level. They're telling Microsoft to F off. Very few companies that I know of would ever say, we pay you $100 per license, and now we're going to pay you $400 for license for something that we don't even know that works. Very few. They may not guide up. If they don't, it's 300. Tesla. 216, 209. 209 would be fun today. Then we see. Ryan, we're not buying it yet because we are concerned about data security, about what that would be sent to Microsoft. Possible. Thanks, Ryan. Best solar stock? I don't know. All I know is ENPH has missed, and they've missed bad, 3 quarters in a row. And they've guided down 3 quarters in a row. It's one thing, let's say you make $100 million and you guide down by $1 million or $2 million. Okay. It's another thing when you guide down 10% every quarter for 3 quarters. That means your business is going to shit. Don't force trades. That's what we know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.